We go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Hey, good afternoon and good evening to some of you, depending on where you are. And of course, if you are out of state, we'd like to know exactly where you're from. If you're in state, I'd love to know where you're from and what your weather's like, though I probably know a little bit about that. My name is Meteorologist Robert Forgit. I'm here at Alaska News Source. We're in Anchorage, Alaska, and we are so happy. I'm happy that you're here tonight to go over the weather real quick. We are going to have a couple Forgit factoids towards the end of the show, which you're going to like, and hopefully you can participate, especially if you're on Facebook. So we'd love to see you on Facebook. I know we're on YouTube as well. So with that, let's go ahead and see what we've got weather-wise, and I want to go ahead and show you beautiful. You're looking at the Chugach mountain range right there, and we are midtown, and that is what our view is today. We've had some gorgeous weather over the last few days. It has just been phenomenal. Temperatures in the 40s, and we expect, at least I expect, that we will almost be at 50 by next weekend. So with that, let's talk a little bit about what we have weather-wise, and we're going to see right now temperatures in the 30s. We did hit 40. It got in the 40s today, but right now 39, winds are west, northwest at about 6 miles per hour. It's been pretty nice, and we really like that. And there it is. Look how pretty that is. 40 was our high today, 29 our low, and we are still looking at about the same thing tomorrow. I'll show you our forecast up quick for those that don't want to stay too long with us. You're welcome to see the beginning of the show. I'll have a complete look at the state, and at the end we'll do some Forgit factoids before the 7-day forecast. So 40 our high, 29 our low, normally 45 and 30. Just to let you know, we've had a lot of snow, and we are 2 inches away from setting the all-time record for snowfall, but I don't think we're going to get it, at least in the next few days. Taking a look at where we're going to get it tonight, 26, mostly clear. Winds will be southwest at 5 miles per hour. For those joining us, please go ahead and write something in the comments. Love to do shout outs with you. So that's always good to see. I see we've got maybe about 30 folks on the line so far, and that's great. Let's go ahead and look at our forecast. Here in Anchorage, we're going to see sunny skies. Tomorrow, 41, 42 on Tuesday, 45 on Wednesday. That's if things stay away. Marie, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on. So Wednesday, I have partly cloudy at 45. However, we do have a low pressure system, and that may change things and bring some clouds into South Central if the high pressure doesn't hold. I'll explain in just a minute. As we take a look at our daylight today, wow, we're getting a lot of it. 14 hours and 41 minutes. And Marie, tell me where you're from, by the way. I know you're online. Love to have you tell us where you're at. 6:39 a.m. was our sunrise, sunset 9:21 p.m. 5 minutes and 43 seconds. And just to let you know, tomorrow we're going to see start to lose the amount of time that we gain. 5:43 is our max per day, and tomorrow we'll be at 5:42. So we'll start to lose a little bit of the gaining time until we get to when? Summer solstice, and then we start to lose after summer solstice. So just to let you know that we are now starting, this will be the last day we see 5:43. And New Talk, glad to have you from New Talk, Marie. Appreciate you telling us where you're from. If you're online, please go ahead and tell us what's going on. Get in the comments section, tell us where you're from, what your weather's like. That'd be great. Hey, let's go ahead and look at current conditions. We are seeing some rain in Juneau and Ketchikan, where the temperatures are in the 40s, 39 here under sunny skies. Nome, you've been reporting some light snow throughout much of the day, and it will start to be blowing snow here as we get into tonight and tomorrow. Bethel, cloudy skies. We're also seeing some rain and snow out in Adak and Cold Bay this hour. So Agnes, thanks. Hi, good to see you. Good to have you on board, Agnes. Thanks for joining us. Tell us where you're from too, if you would. Hey, let's go ahead and see what we have as high temperatures. Well, Nome, you hit 30, Kotzebue 14, 0 in Dead Horse, and 1 in Utqiagvik. We hit 40, 45 in Ketchikan, 45 in Adak. So Goose Bay, Peter, good to have you. I think you've been on before, so it's good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us from Goose Bay. The 24-hour change from those temperatures, I put this up so that you can see that we are starting to see warmer temperatures every day, and there's a lot of warm temperatures today, and this represents the 24-hour temperature change. So 5 degrees more in Kotzebue today than yesterday, and Dillingham coming in at 36 right now, says Masa Pat. Thank you out of Dillingham. Appreciate you writing in and telling us your temperature. King Salmon coming in at a little bit warmer than yesterday too, with 2 degrees. Now I want to talk a little bit about what we've got going on. New Talk, love having you on board. We've got this low pressure system that's on the Aleutian chain. That's producing some very windy conditions, gusting to about 55 now. And Tia, thanks from Elam. Appreciate you being online. We're going to watch that low move. High pressure is really dominating much of the picture for the weather, at least in south central Alaska. And then we have that low that's moving off. As we go ahead and move this around, we're going to see that low move up into the Bristol Bay area and then up into the Bering Strait and then go off into Russia and die out. High pressure will be the ridge of high pressure protecting us on Monday in south central, and then also that low pressure system is moving out into Canada, so there should be a lot of sunshine expected for the southeast panhandle, where they had a little bit of rain in the southern part today and rain all through it as we were in Friday. As we get into Monday, notice the impact of that low pressure system. Lots of winter storm warnings in effect for the west coast, as well as the winter weather advisories for the North Arctic coast. And elsewhere, though, we're really seeing some fairly nice weather. That low, again, Tuesday starts to fizzle out. Then we get this low coming in to south central. High pressure is supposed to hold it off for at least the Anchorage and Valley area, but we're going to see rain along the coastal sections, snow in the higher elevations. I don't expect that to affect at least the interior of Alaska, but I think Anchorage might see some clouds out of this if that high pressure doesn't hold. We'll see cloudy skies versus the sunshine that I'm calling for today. And of course, with that low, it will start to impact much of the southeast panhandle with rain as we get into Thursday. We talked about winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings. We've got plenty of them going on. Matter of fact, winter weather advisory for the St. Lawrence Island, Gamble, Savunga. Now that's from now until 10 p.m. on Monday. For the North Arctic coast, Barrow, Utiavik, those places, Wainwright, also Teshkapuk, the lake up there, you're looking at that winter weather advisory, and that will last through Monday at about 10 p.m. And then we've got the winter storm warnings in those areas, of course, Noatuk Valley, winter storm warning from now until noon on Tuesday, Shishmaref, Wales, Brevig Mission, those areas, Bering Strait coast, including Shishmaref, you're looking at a winter storm warning, and that's from now until 6 a.m. on Tuesday. And then also the Yukon Delta coast, Imanik, Scammon Bay, also Hooper Bay. Yours starts at noon, a little bit later, and goes until noon on Tuesday. So those are our weather alerts. Southeast weather, well, we're looking for temperatures in the 40s, upper 40s for Petersburg, with some sunshine tomorrow. AM fog, though, to start your day. Interior, some sun and clouds. Should be fairly nice. Now, Fairbanks expected to be in the 50s, mid-50s, as we get into the midweek. And with that, that just shows spring is on the way. And, of course, we'll probably go into River Watch here shortly as we monitor the Yukon and Kuskokwim Delta area. The State Emergency Management Division does that in conjunction with the National Weather Service and all the villages that are up and down the rivers, the Kuskokwim, the Deshka, all of them. So please be careful and mindful of what's going on. So for the North Slope, we're looking at winter weather advisory again, North Arctic coast, until 10 p.m. on Monday. Again, we've got those winter storm warnings from Point Lay all the way down to Hooper Bay, temperatures in the 30s. Look for blowing snow in Nome, Kotzebue, and Gamble. That's what you're expecting. Hey, if you just joined us, please go ahead and tell me where you're from on Facebook. Would love to see who you are, who's watching, and if you're from out of state, would love to know where you're from as well. And let's go ahead out to the Aleutians. Blowing snow for St. Paul could gust to about 50. We're seeing blowing snow now in Adak to about 45 miles per hour. And tomorrow things should subside as that low pressure system kind of moves by you and the winds become westerly. Southwesterly winds expected for on Alaska with some rain. Kenai Peninsula, Sunny skies, spring has sprung. We're looking at temperatures in the mid-40s along the coastal sections. Fairly nice tonight with temperatures only in the mid-20s, and it's more the mid-upper 20s for us in the Kenai. Prince William Sound, Copper River Basin had some rain yesterday, but today sunny skies, and should be fairly nice tomorrow too with that sunshine and temperatures in the low 40s. Matsu, more sunshine for you. 48 until Kenai. Your 50-degree day is coming. It's just around the corner. And as we go out to Anchorage, we are seeing some sunshine again tomorrow. Start the work week off, and Girdwood we're going to see 42 degrees. Now, what we're going to do is, as we do this, what I want to do is take a little break and want to go to the Forgit Factoids. I got two for you. One is one that we had last night, and then I've got the one for today. Just keep it down, don't tell Joe, because he doesn't know what it is yet. So let's go ahead and look at that one, see if you can get to this one. Now, this was talking about New England weather, you know, Maine, New Hampshire, all that. And it was in an address in a speech. It goes like this. In the spring, I have counted 136 different kinds of weather inside of 4 and 20 hours. Who was the author of this? Was it Mark Twain, Emily Dickinson, Ernest Hemingway, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? What do you think it is? Hey, good to have you, Tina, from Anchorage. Nancy, hey, nice to have you on board, Nancy, from Talkeetna, my favorite spot. I love Talkeetna and Seward. So that's great. Nice to have you, Nancy, on board. What do you think the answer is? In the spring, I've counted 136 different kinds of weather inside of 4 and 20 hours. What was the author? Mark Twain, Emily Dickinson, Ernest Hemingway, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? Anyone want to take a guess on Facebook? There is a little bit of a delay, so I kind of give some time. Melinda, thanks. South Central, Anchorage, good. Southside, good. Nice to have you. Melinda Sue, good to have you on board. So go ahead. You guys take a guess. I got a C from Steve. Steve, right? Good to have you, Steve. Good to have you back. He thinks it's Ernest Hemingway. Who else thinks it's Ernest Hemingway? And of course, Mark Twain, that was his pen name. Samuel Clemens was his real name. And Emily Dickinson, everyone knows that. F. Scott Fitzgerald, some very prolific writers there. Anyone else want to take a guess on this first factoid? We have another one right after this one. That's a new one. So looking for answers. I'll give another minute, and then we're going to go ahead and give the answer. We got a lot of folks watching right now. I can see who's watching. I can't see the names unless you put your name up there, but I certainly can see the number of viewers. So nice to have a lot of people watching tonight. Appreciate that. Anyone else want to take a guess? Mark Twain, says Tina. Thank you for your guess. Appreciate that. Tina just chimed in. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we've got Masa guest B, Mary guest B, Marianne guest B. Ah, that's good. Nice to have you on board. So let's see what the answer is. I'm going to give it away here in one more second or so. The answer? Here we go. Let's see. See what happens. Well, if you guessed A, you would be right. Mark Twain, he had a speech at a dinner in New England Society's dinner, in the 71st annual dinner back in 1876. So that was certainly kind of a tough one. I don't usually do those types of questions at night because that is poetry in motion there. But the one that I have to show you next is one that hopefully you can get. It has to do with tomorrow. I hope you've done your taxes. If you haven't, I hope you asked for the extension. But certainly we need to go ahead and do that. I owed some money this year. It wasn't good. So, and I've been gone for a little bit. Went to Hawaii, did a triathlon, the Lava Man. For all the Alaskans that did Lava Man, appreciate that. There is a big turnout out of the 700 and something, about 775 participants. Almost a third of them are from Alaska, kind of getting away from the snowy weather. Okay, here we go. Next question should be pretty easy. We'll see if you get it. And here it is. Tax day was first introduced in 1913 when this amendment was ratified. What amendment was it? Was it the 8th, 11th, 16th, or 21st? The 8th, 11th, 16th, or 21st. Just a reminder, tomorrow is tax day. Taxes are due tomorrow. Got to get an extension if you don't have that, or some extenuating circumstances like you're in a federally declared disaster area, you can get an extension as well. So 8th, 11th, 16th, or 21st. Anyone want to take a guess? And right after this, we'll do the 7-day forecast for Anchorage, and then we'll be done. Okay, tax day was the first introduced in 1913 when this amendment was ratified. Which one was it? Was it 8th, 11th, 16th, or 21st? I'll give you a little bit of time for our Facebook friends to answer the question. And if you're from out of state, would you tell us where you're from? Really appreciate hearing from you. Got a lot of people from the West Coast tonight, and some folks here from South Central. Steve's going to go with D. He says it's the 21st Amendment. Who else wants to participate? Maybe Tina, Marie. Tina's going with B, the 11th Amendment. That's nice, Tina. Thanks for putting in your input. Anyone else want to play? Love to hear from you. I think someday I might even give a prize away for the correct answer. The first one who gives me a correct answer. So we'll give it just a few more minutes because I know there's a little bit of a delay here. All right, 15 seconds to go. Tax day was the first introduced in 1913 when this amendment was ratified. Okay, here we go. And the answer is 16th Amendment. 16th Amendment established Congress's right to impose a federal income tax. And what do we say to that? Boo-hoo. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on weather-wise for our 7-day forecast. Temperatures will be rising throughout the week. Again, I expect that we might get some clouds pushing in on Wednesday or Thursday, but maybe a little precipitation, but temperatures that warm won't produce the snow that people want to break the record, which we need 1.9 to tie, 2 to have the record. Right now we're tied for second place. So that's a look at our forecast. Might even hit 50 on Saturday. I put that in there because I think it might. If there's hardly any wind, we'll probably do that. So hey, thanks for joining me tonight. Really a pleasure to be with you. I love doing this, and I hope you watch our show as well. Especially if you're in the state, got the 10 o'clock with Joe, myself. It's got sports as well, and we're looking forward to having you join us at 10 o'clock. And you already know the trivia answer, the factoid, so that's good. Until then, I hope you just do a couple things. That's be kind to others and be kind to yourself. Do something special for yourself. You certainly deserve it. So with that, have a great evening and have a great week. Talk to you later.